Brick Love crew, good morning, everybody out there. Good morning. Welcome to Melted Red Brick University. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Fervent Heat Meltology Inc. back up in here this morning. Brick Love, everybody. Good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you're at in the realm. All Brick Love, one love to you and yours. Again, good morning. Yes, here we are, and we got Big Jimmy in the nest, MIR in the nest, Curtis 47, Mr. Beast fan, Sandra Boys, Brick Love, everybody out there. Brick Love to you. Thank you. Thank you for being here again. Yeah, I just woke up not too long ago. Rough night last night. Holy shit. Woo! But I made it through it, and yes, here I am again. Yes. Another short stream this morning, crew. Like I said yesterday, got to go do the deed. So we're going to get through some melt this morning. And I like to just sit here with you, fam, and just wake up and see you beautiful meltologists up in here. And I love it. I love it. So thank you for everybody up here. MIR, good morning to you, Mr. Beast fan, you too. Big Jimmy, I'll tell you what, Big Jimmy, you are such an asset to the crew. You're just so positive, brother. And thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Love you much, dude. Curtis 47, good morning to you too, brother. Good morning, man. Hope your day goes well today. Hope the weather's nice where you're at. And you have a great Saturday today. Wherever you're at, whatever you're going to do. May you have fun doing it. Yeah, man. So we're going to get into some melt, obviously. Just waiting for a couple more to come in. Might have Davros come in. I don't know. We'll see if D is available. I sent him the link. We'll see what's up. But, yeah, we're going to get through the melt today. I got some pics, some evidence. We'll snap through and bring it like we do, crew. So thank you again for being here. Like I said, Melted Red Brick University. Please like, share, and subscribe. Melt that like button. Melt that like button. And if you want to donate, you can go into Odyssey, the backup channel. Go to Spartan or Die, Spartan on the Gram. And you can do that there. And you can also catch up with all the archives. All the archives, Melted Red Brick University, the Chill Out Zone, everything that Spartan Red has created up in there. You will find it. And you will find us. And if you want to catch up quick on meltology, get the breakdown on it, you can get it there, man. And so much to see, so much to see. Dracona Synthicus, good morning to you, brother. Good morning, man. Good to see you up in here. Good to see you, fam. Yeah, man. We're going to get into some melt here, like I said. I got to get going here in a little bit, but thank you for being here, family. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, I'm just going to get into some melt and start breaking some stuff down. Because that's what I like to do. I do. Here we go. We'll see what's up with this. So get ready. Spark them if you got them. Get your coffee going, crew. Kick back, relax, and we'll get into some melt here. Come on, Infinity. MRBW, hi, Brickheads. Brick Love to you, man. Welcome. Welcome to the nest, the home of the Eagle Eye crew. Melted Red Brick University. Thank you for being here, MRBW. Yeah, we're going to kick it off going right into the melt, man. We're going to go right into the melt this morning and get this going on. We'll start with this one today. Here we go. And, you know, yesterday I was showing high elevation pics, inverted pics, evidence. And I might have snapped this one, I'm not sure. But, yeah, we're looking down at a very large area. This is an inverted pic. And it covers a wide area down here. And we're just going to take a quick peek. And I like looking at these. These are ran through an algorithm. They're ran through whatever process, and they're put out here. And it just shows that, we don't know what the hell we're living on. Again, this is a high altitude inverted pick. And you can just see it's just a massive, it looks like a Rorschach test, man. I mean, really, it does. But, when you get down into it, man, it just shows the depth of this realm and the interesting aspects, the features of it here. Because, when you start seeing things like this right here, it makes you think, maybe this is what the hell's going on here, because this right here kind of looks like fucking walls to me. What about you, crew? Doesn't that look like walls to you? Doesn't that look like a wall ghosting out back in here, going down here? And I like to just scan these kind of things and see what I can pick out. And it just looks like ghosted out shit to me. I mean, look at this right here. So we don't know what we're looking at. I just like to scan these things, seeing what I can pick out on them, man. They're very interesting to look at and to break down. But yeah, it just looks like honeycombed out internals, man. I don't know. Very interesting indeed. I think we showed that one yesterday. Yeah, I showed that one yesterday. Hold on a minute. We'll see where we're at here. I know I didn't get through them all. Maybe I did. That's okay. Now we got a few in here we didn't get to. We'll kick it off with these. Yeah, Brick Love, everybody out there. The page is lit. There's so much coming in. It's just incredible to see all these meltologists coming up in here, breaking down the melt the way they see it, the way they want to bring it. And that's the great thing about meltology. You get into this and you understand what we're looking at and what we're talking about is true. It's true. And that's what's amazing about this, is because most don't see this, most don't recognize this, but we do. Thanks to Spartan Red creating this platform here for us all to come up in, so many more are seeing it. And, we get pics like this, evidence like this. And so many people have just walked up on these things forever now, and not really recognize them for what they are. Because they got features that, you would think that if you're into the heliocentric model, the geology religion, you would think this is just a mountain. But, again, you got to ask yourself, how does mountains create arches like this, apertures like this, blocks in it, color differentials? It's structure, man. If we look down at the right side, right bottom, you see the expansion coming off down here. It's brick. You can see the block going in underneath it here, and it's all expanded out off of this arch right here. And it blew out right here. You can tell. See how this is all attached in here? It blew out right here. Disintegrated down, leaving half of this arch. This is just the top part of the arch. This is much larger. Much larger. Buried in the brick ash. Again, formations like this. Out there in the water, many people fished around them, swam around them. They see them, but they don't recognize them for what they are, because to them it's just a hole in the wall here, or a hole through the side of the hill here. And we know that these are arches, man. And if this is a big arch right here, which we see it is, then that means that this was a column, or part of the structure that had a column supporting this arch, because an arch is not an arch without two supporting columns. And we can see the C14 in it. We can see the expansion coming off of it. We can look down here at the water's edge, or the water, and we can see the color differentials. Pockets of C14 all up in that. Expansion coming off here all up in that. You know, and some of this might have broken off over time, you know, whatever, but it's still exposing the melt. It's still exposing the arch feature. Again, another aperture up in here this guy's standing in front of. And we can see in here, inside, another arch, another aperture with the big blocks forming underneath, up above. The expansion coming down over the arch here, rock curtaining over the arch here. We got another kind of arch feature right here. See how it recesses back? So these things collapse down. As we know that this realm was so huge, so vast, so intricate in design and detail, and all that came crashing down. So we get arch, folding over internals. And that's what we're looking at here, is the collapsed structure coming down, collapsing this aperture in here, affecting this arch opening aperture here. And then inside, again, we can see the expansion inside. So we know that the heat energy come from the bottom up and the inside out. These things disintegrated and collapsed down on themselves. And what's down here at the bottom? What's this? What is that? Why is that like that? What the fuck is that? It's in the melt. See it? Looks like an old frame or something, but it's in the melt. See? It's in the melt. So whatever this was, and we can see ghosting going on here with whatever these features are over here. So we don't know what this is. We know that it's melted though. Look down here. Right angle, aperture right there. See it? Wonkiness here. We can see the bottom right corner. Rock curtaining over these blocks, coming around, melting around these blocks here. All this expanded out in here. This is what we do in Melted Red Brick University. We survey the damage. We analyze the melt. Nice little scenic pic here. And I see these kind of features, man, and, you know, it just shows the magnitude. This is a huge arch right here. Look. See how it's closed off? See, look at your lines right here. See your block lines? Everything's flowing this way. See the wonkiness of this arch feature here? It's showing the collapse. It's showing the lines, how these things sink down in the melt. Expansion down here at the bottom. And we see this chunk here, and we see another chunk over here. See? You got vegetation growing on it in the brick ash, covering it up, but we can see there was much more to this here, and it looks like another one back this way. And these are just features I like to pick out because it's obvious melt. We can see all the meltology signatures up in here. See, another feature. Out there at the water's edge, people boating, having fun, see? People boating, having fun, and they don't have a clue as to what they're in front of here. They don't understand. They don't comprehend it. Because it's all about just, you know, fun, fun, fun. You know, why not have fun? But you don't have to be stupid and have fun. You can recognize, you can have your cognitive abilities about you, you know, to understand that shit just don't look right. See? You got another arch feature right here, and you can see how it's collapsing down here. Most of this arch is gone, and we can see the rock curtaining, the expansion coming over the top. And we got another aperture right up here beside it. Scorching along the whole face of this thing. You can see the expansion coming off, and it's scorched out, cooked out as it was coming off there. You can see the red brick underneath it. See, oh, that's that same pick. I popped that one, that 2 picks back. Here's another one a bit popped more. You can see a little bit more vivid arch feature back here. Just blew out up top. Look, the rest of the structure is gone. It was going up, but it blew out right in here. More features out there in the melt. And most people just pass up these. You know, not very distinguishable as to what it is, but we know what it is. We know it's a melted building with fucking trees growing on it, man. And this is just giving us some examples of the X factor right there. See? C14 cooking out. Expansion over this ledge right here, whatever this was. And I love getting into picks like this and just scanning them, man. I do. You'll never know what you'll pick out. Like that right there. What's that? You know, you never know what you're going to pick out. You never know what you're going to find. And that's what I love about meltology, man, is getting out there and looking for the evidence and finding it and then just breaking it down. Another big chunk out here in the forest somewhere in the melt. Another X factor signature feature. Expansion, scorching, all of that. Everything we've broken down, we see right there. Now, these might be a little mundane, crew, but I think they're important to get this message out to people, what we're talking about. Because when you put this with the, you know, recognizable melted out structures, we see the same color differentials. We see the same expansion, scorched out, cooked out, popping, blocking, bricks doing magic tricks. The whole fucking thing, we see this in these features here. See? Another one out there along the river somewhere, out there in the melt. And again, we're breaking down meltology because that's what we do. And we look down here at the water's edge. Look at that. Again, apertures, ghosted out apertures, expansion, cooked out, coming out, rock curving over these columns here. Arch here. Look at this arch right here. See how it's expanded out on this side? Look at that. We got another one right here that got way wonky. Way wonky. This could have been, this was a double arch right here. We can see the column. We can see the column. We can see the column right here. 1, 2. There's probably more back in here. Ghosting out through this whole thing as well. So what we're looking at here is this massive expansion and the weight coming down here, pocketing in here, and pushing all this out underneath. You can see it. The rest of the structure is gone. The rest of the structure is now where plants grow, trees grow, off of the brick ash. Still remaining in that. Deep root systems through the cracks and fissures of this melt, sucking up water where they can get it. Very lush forest. And the floodwaters right here, once again, your rivers and streams. The internal plumbing of these fucking massive structures of this realm finding their way through the melt. Yes, that's what it is. This fresh water, it's all rerouted hydraulic plumbing finding its way through the melt. Another arch feature out there in the middle of nowhere. Who knows where? It's in the melt. But again, we see features like this. And, you know, many people, I'm sure, have come up here, chilled out, fucking had a party, hanging out, but they don't understand. They don't comprehend what's going on. They don't understand what they're on. And again, we look inside of this arch feature here, this big aperture here. And what do we see? We've got structure, man. Again. We can see the brick block and going up top. We can see the cooked out here and this arch feature filling out right here, coming out of this aperture, man. We can see this one here buckling. We can see this coming down and it's buckling from the weight up top, coming down. And look how cooked out all of this is up in here. And we can see it collapsing aperture here, just closing all of this off right here, but still leaving this depression here. And we can see apertures. Now, like I said before, a lot of this might have broken off, whatever, but this is melt. We can see the structure. Look right here, man. See this piece right here? See this arch ghosting out right here? See it? Yeah, man, I was snapping these kind of pics, man. Just seeing what I could find at the water's edge once again out there in the melt somewhere. And we have another arch down here at the bottom. We got this, excuse me, this line here coming across here, block underneath here, and then look at the texture above it. Just popping out and scorching, dropping down as we see. Color differentials all the way up. Yeah, out there in the melt somewhere. Now, as to what this was, we don't know what this was. A lot of people are going to go, look, there's a fucking Titan head. It's obvious. It's obvious it's a Titan head. Well, you know, that's your pareidolia kicking in. That's your pareidolia kicking in. Because we need to remember this is a fraction of the structure left. And it was attached to everything back here. Color differentials expansion. As we climb up here, we can see the block work in it. We can see how the brick went block. Feature coming up here, see? Expansion coming out here. Trees growing off the top of it, living on the C14 in this piece here, but it's all melted structure, see? Again, a fraction of the building. And this stuff down in here, it's just in the melt. Renditioning, concrete molding, lost in the melt. And we can see whatever this was in here left the definition, right angle here, expansion here, whatever these pieces were, we can pick them out. Ghosted out aperture right here. See it? And we can see how the heat come from the bottom up. Once again, look, spanning off here. Yeah, man, features like this. I mean, how do you explain that? I mean, for anybody that doesn't know anything about meltology, and even if you believe all the geology heliocentric bullshit, how do you explain this? You cannot say these are tectonic plate shifts, man. You can't. I mean, how the fuck are they going to come up out of from underneath looking like that? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And how are we going to say that mud melted it to look like this? Mud doesn't melt brick. Mud does not melt structure. You know, you got to think clearly. You got to use your critical, rational thinking, man. And, you know, when you get into it, you come all the way down to the fine edge of Occam's razor. Because when you exhaust all other explanations, the most extreme, unimaginable explanation will be the answer, because that's all that's left, because that's what the evidence supports. The evidence, once again, speaks for itself. Like we see right here. Look, expansion, block structures right in here. Brick went block. See the brick? It went block. Here's a compression expansion right here. See how this blew out? Compressing in here, eating up this in here. See that? See that? Same over here. It's wrapping around this piece here from the expansion. It's right there. It's right there. It's right in front of us. And I contend a lot of these big chunks in these evidence here, and we know they were massive, and they know, again, concrete molding all over them, renditions all over them, all kinds of affected metal all over them and inside them, blowing out in the melt, man, lost in the melt. Filled out aperture right there. See it? When blocky, expansion from the inside out. Then the same with this one over here. This one was coming down, slipping down. You can see how this is just coming down more back in here, pressing this down in here. Pancaking. And again, the rest of the structure is gone, man. What were these pieces and how did they fit on the structure that was there before? What did they look like? Were they renditions? Were they part of the structure? What's going on here? Another one. Just coming up out of the ground, man, coming up out of the ground. And we're supposed to go on the geological narratives here that they keep reinforcing, man. Again, pancaking. Look at all of that. Look at all that. Look how it's scorched out in here. Look how it blew out in here, because this is all the internals of this. This is the inside of the structure. The rest of it's gone, man. The rest of it's gone, disintegrated out, leaving us this. Look at their lines, man. Just pancaking down. Shifting down from right to left. Filling out apertures. Exposing the internals. And again, we don't know what these things were. This could have been a huge fucking rendition for all we know. But we don't know, because we still see the pancaking up here. And who knows how far this thing went up, because the rest of the building is gone. Look where we're at. Look how high up we are. It's nothing but desolation out there, man. Again, pancaking, apertures everywhere in this thing. And they're not geological features, man, because their narratives don't support the evidence that's showing. And that's important. That's important. I don't care what kind of degree you got, how much you know. If your narrative does not support the evidence, then your narrative is bullshit. Because the evidence isn't going to change, man. The evidence is there. See? Now they're going to call this all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. They're going to say, oh, this is trillions of years of erosion, water slapping up against the side of this thing, causing these features. Well, that doesn't fit the evidence, man. That doesn't fit the evidence. It really doesn't. Don't you think, crew? Erosion didn't do this, man. Tectonic plate shift, abnormal grain growth. Are we looking at abnormal grain growth here? Or are we just going to keep on being stupid? Ghosted out, apertures everywhere in this. Color differentials again, cooked out. Look at how cooked out they are. Look at these columns right here, man. Look at those columns. See how they're leaning back into the melt? The expansion coming around them is very hot compared to the C14 laden columns. See it? Look how it fused right here. It's obvious structure, man. It's obviously a structure. Look up top. Look at the expansion, the rock curtain coming over the top of this. Look at that, man. This was very hot up here. Look how viscous that was. Look how viscous that was, man. Look at the transitioning here. Coming up, this piece here. Look at this. Look at the expansion on that. You can see how it just popping out, man, just coming right out towards us. Shifting down into the melt, buckling as it went down, man. Look how this column got lost right here. Again, man. Again, they're going to say this was carved. That narrative, these were carved. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. Because if they carved this down here. They carved all of this right here. All of this. See all this flat? See all this molding up in here? They carved that too, right? This was all carved, right? Bullshit. Come on now. Look down here. They carved this too. Come on, man. You know, we need to quit being so gullible. Not believing all this bullshit stuff that they're trying to force down our throat forever. This is melted structure. Look, man. Come on. Twisting, buckling as it's coming down into the melt, man. We can see it. It's right there in front of us. Massive, man. Big. Showed this one yesterday, same feature. If you weren't here yesterday, you can see this. Two massive structures here of the same kind of make, build. Again, we can see the color differentials. We see the pancaking coming down. We can see the ghosting out of the apertures. We can see the expansion of the internals coming through. Big feature here right on the water's edge. Once again, wall right here, look. Look at your lines. Boom, 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 all the way down. Color differentials. Massive fucking arch right here being lost in the melt. And here's the shell right here as we go up. This big piece coming all the way up back here. You can see the expansion coming off of it. We can see the disintegration of the structure itself, the big expansion coming out here. Expanded out, cooked out chunks of melted building. And a lot of these, I contend, are huge pieces of concrete molding, man. Some of these are little reviews. Some of these might be new poppers. But again, melted structure right here. We can see it. Geological formations don't create this shit right here. Because geology is bullshit. The narrative is fabricated for our consumption. Just like the shit you can go down and buy at the grocery store. Just as fabricated and full of shit as well. Because that's what these fuckers push on us. Deception, deception, deception. Just a little quick rehash of some stuff here. I'm going to get into some different picks. Again, this one looking down, we see a highway over here. We can see the traffic, see the lights. They just built through here on top of this feature here to make this highway. But we look down here underneath the highway. Look how cooked out that is. Look underneath. Look how far down that goes. Look how cooked out that goes. Look at the pancaking. Look at all the signatures of the X Factor all the way down. Right off the highway. People don't understand what we're on. We went through this feature again. Internals, exposed. Look, see? It's not a goddamn geological formation. That's what's left of this melted structure. This is it. Everything else is gone, man. If you missed this one yesterday, again, people are going to pick out some kind of a weird fucking creature that's petrified because that's where their limited mind takes them. But us critical thinkers up in here, we don't accept that kind of shit. We take it for what it is. And again, this is what's left of a melted structure. This is all that's left of this fucking piece right in here. Where's the rest of the building? It's gone. And we can say it was building because here's an arch. An aperture, big arch right here. Here's the column piece buckling coming down right here. See it buckle right here? Look at it melt away right here. Rubble, nothing but destruction. Disintegrated out rubble from the structure. Again, meltology is not difficult. All you got to do is read the melt. See? It's right here in front of us, man. Melted structure. Splaying out right in front of us. In fact, you can see the floor plans of the internals, man. See them? Wall feature right here. Look how it just pancaked down like a candle, man. Like a fucking candle. Look at the melt flow. Follow the flow of the melt, man. It's just chunks of disintegrated out structure, man. It's all right in front of us. It always has been. Center pick. I mean, it's right here. It's all right here for us. See? Again, for all that missed this yesterday, a lot of people have seen these pics, these kind of pics right here. And, you know, you wrap your head around it and you're like, my God, what the hell was that? Well, it's melted out building. And as we showed before, these pieces coming down are walls. They are, because we get in and we break down the evidence. And you can start seeing a little bit more when you pop the picks. You can get down in and you can break down the melt in it. All structure. Walls, man. Walls. Flowing out into each other. Splaying out in front of us. Wall, 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 all the way. Collapsed structure. Everything. Give me a second, crew. Again, inside of a melted structure. Inside of a melted structure. Looking out of the aperture into the trees outside. Internals, man. And we can see the expansion all around it. Color differentials all around it. Structure all up in it. Second. Here we go. Nice little get together right here in front of a melted structure. And they don't understand it, but we do. We can break it down. Very cooked out, as you can tell. C14 leaving it. Traces pockets up in there. Another aperture. Arch. Column. Column. This one's buckling out, coming out this way to the left. See it? More structure out there in the melt, man. People crawling around on it, man. Crawling around on it, exploring it, not knowing what they're on. Melted, expanded out structure right here with an opening there. We don't know if this was an aperture or a recess, but it looks like an aperture to me that he's coming out of. Filled out. You can see the expansion closing it out. We can see the C14 in it, man. The blocking going on underneath it. The brick ash coming down. See, it's all brick ash. It's not mud. It's brick ash. Look. Concrete molding right there. Buried in the melt. Buried in the melt. See? Massive arch, man, being lost in the melt. You're breaking it down already, crew. If you're new up in here, couch lock, trying to figure out what we're about, this is what we're about. This is what we're about. We got Sandra Boys up in here, Curtis 47 up in here, Drake, there you are, Mr. Beast fan, Melted Inverted Realm, Sandra Boys, Three Fingers. There you are again, brother. Again, welcome, man. Good to see you all. Sandra Boys, Drake, Paul Walker 2.0, Brick Love Crew. Good to see everybody up in here. Thank you, MIR, for that comment on last night's presentation. Sandra Boys, I think the realm is being peeled like an onion. Look, see what industry has in its backyards. Drone footage, mostly around the back, out of public view. You're right. You know, there's so much hidden from us, man. A lot of these controllers or whatever, you know, they've spent so much time and money covering up the melt, man, refurbishing the melt. That's right, Curtis 47. Like, share, and subscribe. Melted Red Brick University, home of the Eagle Eye Crew, bringing you the melt as we do. Big expansion here again on the water. Boom, we saw that one. Saw that one. Hold on, crew. Undo something here if I can. Hold on a minute. Coming out. Heard somebody coming in. Heard a beep. Somebody's coming in. Aha, here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Getting back into the evidence. Good morning, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling good today. Laughing Eagle, Spartan Red, Team King.
Oh, yeah.
Doing well, bro.
I'm passing through. Just a quick how you doing, Mr. Meltology? How's everybody out there in the world? I hope you're all doing okay.
We're doing fine.
Yeah, I'm just passing through just to spread my wings, and just to wish you all a wonderful day, and you know, keep going. And it's just a quick general how you all doing. That's all.
Well, always a pleasure, brother. Good to see you up in here again, man. We've all been thinking about you, sending you the light and love, man. Hope you're feeling it.
See what?
Just sending you light and love. We hope you're feeling it. A lot of brick love coming at you.
But it's all the love is real, and what can I say?
Yeah,
I'm just getting better and stronger each day. You know, it's a wonderful feeling to know that I've got the juice, as they say.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's you know, from where I was to where I am now. I'm a million miles away from that, and no doubt I've had many problems to sort, but I can you know, sometimes I get a bit choked up. You know, with wonderful friends and wonderful acquaintances, it makes things a lot easier.
Oh, well, most definitely. You know, you've touched a lot of people out here, and you know, you brought a lot of people. You've opened their eyes to meltology, and paradigm shifted everybody, man. And that's what's great about this is, you know, you can tell when people are waking up. The questions start getting better. The evidence starts popping more. You know, yeah. Much more input, and it's because everybody's talking, everybody's getting in, tuning in.
Thank you, for sure. We have to understand that we laying still. We have to keep moving because the evidence moves, and the the mind is a thing that it can't sit still, especially in this,
Yeah,
especially with meltology. You can't sit still. There's so many things to see. Even looking back at stuff, we now start seeing what we see it as. Man, it's all a melted madness here.
it is.
It's all a melted madness, and the more you watch it, the more you look at it, the more that's all that keeps coming up to you.
Yeah.
It's great, but once I get back to somewhat myself, I'll be doing what I've always been doing, which is trying to show people, look, you can't see unless you see, right?
Yes.
That's what it's about. Oh, and of course, the guys in the comments and all Eagle Eye crew love you all. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Incredible how some people are just so strong and so down with it. It's just incredible. I just looking at the page and I was just my heart is just. I just feel so proud of the group, the stream. It's wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. It is. And I love checking it out. I go throughout my day and I click in just to see what's up. And there's always something new, somebody new posting up. And it's just absolutely, the evidence is just amazing.
Yeah, it sure is. And to see some people some are fairly new, they're right down with all the evidence. And it's just wonderful that we are now getting this type of people coming who really, really know what they're talking about, and they're not going to be disproving because they can see it from their own eye.
Yeah,
It's right if we show you, but if you can learn it yourself, if you go out and find it yourself, if you go out and see the evidence yourself, that is the best proof out there.
absolutely.
I can't make you see it, but you can. I can show you. Same as Fervent. He can show you, but you have to understand and see, and then you can go and bring it to the next people, the next child, the next old man, and this is how we will because this is what happens when you find out this paradigm shifts. This is how it happens.
Absolutely. And you can see it when it takes hold of a person's mind. You can see the lights turn on.
Of course, it's a great thing. I see it now. I understand it. I'm starting to really know that this place is not what we think it is. Of course, it's not. It never was.
No.
But anyway, I will I'll chat to you another a little time from now. Further. Each one teach one, exactly. That is the one of the focuses of one of the channel. Each one to teach one. It's very, very easy and very hard. Not too hard to do. If you can do that, then we're on the right way. But I'll get to you with certain things further. But that'd be for after the show or maybe tomorrow before you go live again.
Okay.
We need to speed a few bits to talk about things. But I'm not going to keep on over your wonderful show. I only moved just to pop in and say hello. And of course,
Well, this is all Mike Hunt and Meltology Inc. up in here, baby.
Stop it. We could go on forever. We're never going to stop. Never.
No.
We're putting the boys upside so that as soon as we can sit down and have a little bit of a little a blow injures so that the boys can start coming up and taking on the stream. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We need to move in with the younger people so that they can start taking over the stream, because we can't do it all the time.
No.
I can't in this particular phase of my life. But until then, I will try to do as much as I can do. Sandra says, "We miss you, LE. Get well soon." Oh, thank you. All wonderful. All you guys. All wonderful. Anyway, as I said, it's not my show. It's Mr. Fervent. And I will be watching from the background, as I always like to do. And enjoy the rest of the show. Dina will get up it soon. Okay.
Absolutely.
James, I'm doing James.
Yeah, anyway. Big Jimmy, sending you some love.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for the love. I appreciate it. And as I said, I will be back sooner rather than later. I'm getting better. And you will see me coming out hard as I always do.
Yes, you do.
I've got some stuff to show Dean, and he will know already that there's only one way for me. Anyhow, listen, I'm going to go. But Dino, as soon as you get a minute today or tomorrow, flex back with me, and then I'll get in contact with you.
I sure will, brother.
Okay, right. So see you guys really, really soon. I love you. Miss you. Miss Brick Love as always.
Oh, we miss you too. We miss you too, brother.
Take care then. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye, brother. Wow. Again, Spartan Red, Laughing Eagle, 007 Dread, the Ruthless Chilla, the Mean King, blessing us with his presence this morning up in the nest. And get well, brother. Rest. Enjoy the stream. Enjoy the page. We love you. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, crew. I'm going to see about getting back into some melt here. And see where this takes us. Brick Love, One Love, Melted Red Brick University. Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the Nest crew. Yes, we got Paul Walker, Melted Inverted Realm, Drake, Curtis 47, Mr. Beast Fan, Three Fingers, Big Jimmy up in here, Sandra Boys. And I'm going to pop through some more of some stuff that I caught before. Some of the obvious. Some of the obvious. Because the obvious is what's going to pop people's focus. Stuff like this. You know, just an incredible structure, what's left of it. Unexplainable. They'll say the Romans did this. They'll say the Phoenicians, whoever the fuck they're going to say did this is just part of their bullshit narratives, man. They can't prove any of that. They cannot prove any of that. All they can do is put out their fucked up narrative, and they expect us just to swallow it and believe it. I don't. Because when you're a meltologist, man, the mainstream mindset on all of this right here is absolutely ridiculous, just like your public education system. Absolutely ridiculous. See? Again, man, it's a damn building. It's obvious what it is. You cannot call this anything but a fucking structure, man. And it's only part of it. The rest of it's gone. Why? How would they do this? Well, again, you break down your color differentials, crew. You're picking it out right now. You know what you're looking at. You can describe it and break it down just as well as I can. Just as well as I can. Look. I mean, fucking hell. Look how big that is. Look how big that is. How and why? How did they fucking build it like that? Obviously red brick. Obviously red brick. It's right fucking there. What's all this around it? What's all this around the red brick? Cooked out, expanded block red brick. That's what we're looking at. And that's what we do here in Melted Red Brick University. We break down the evidence. We explain to you what you're looking at. Like these pieces popping off. See these blocks popping off? Just shooting out, man, with the expansion. And again, they're going to give us a narrative that this was created to transport water across the top. Aqueducts. Why? Can you imagine the logistics? And this is just what's left of the structure. The rest of it's gone, man. The rest of the building is gone. It's under the grass, man. It's down. It's gone, leaving us this. Look at that shit. Look at the top. Disintegrated out. Look at that. Showing what we're talking about. The rest of the structure is gone. See the blocks? Look at up here. Rimming the whole top of this. Look at the expansion. Look at the rock curtain. Look at these things expanding over the top of this here. All the way down. Underneath. Look, pulverizing out, resting on top of all of this. Again, man, you cannot deny that it's structure. You cannot deny that it's structure. And how many times out there in the melt have we seen this? All over the realm, we've seen this kind of texture, these kind of features right here. They were connected to buildings, man. See? Look at your transitioning right here. Look at that. How does this go to that? Heat damage, electrical heat energy coming from the bottom up, expanding these things from the inside out. Boom, there it is, Occam's razor. It's the most explainable explanation, the most understandable, the most comprehended explanation you can give to this because it fits the evidence. If I was to say, oh yeah, man, this was built 100 million, 1,000 trillion years ago by an ancient civilization, and that's why it looks like this. It's so old that it started turning like that. And these are the fucking dumbass narratives that these motherfuckers expect us to swallow it. And it's just absolutely incredible how many have. Fuck it. We did all our lives, didn't we? Didn't we? Yes, we did. We never broke this down before. Never did. Now we have. Now, game on. See? Look at this fucking thing. Look at 1, 2, 3, all the way up. All the way up. How'd they do that? How'd they do that? Look at these right here. Look at these blocks popping off right here. Look at that. Heat and pressure, expanding these out off of the structure itself. You can see it all through here. And down here, how'd they do this? How'd they build that? Look at that. Heat coming from the bottom up. Again, look at the wall right here. Look, it's right there. There's the shell right there. There's the shell right here. Turning into this, around it, underneath it. Right there in our face, man. Look at that. How do they build like that? Fucking huge, man. Look at this tree. Here's a tree. A person would be a lot smaller, and look at the size of this thing, man. Look at the texturing on that. What happened here? Arch, arch. Why is this one so low? Right next to it. Sinking down in the melt, man. Pulverizing out, sinking down. These features losing all definition for the most part of what they looked like before the melt. Look at this transitioning going on up here. It's just incredible. It's just absolutely amazing, this evidence. I mean, hell, look. Fuck. Anybody see any arches? What happened to this one over here? Why is it so low? Why is there only the top part of it? What's going on with this? Look at this. How do you build like this? Any brick masons out there? Anybody that's really experienced in construction? Can you please explain that? Look at that. Fuck. Look at that shit. Look at the transition right here. Look at that. From this to this. Look. This realm was vibrating, man. This realm was vibrating in flux. These bricks were twerking, doing all kinds of fucking magic tricks, man. Look at that shit. This is the evidence that explains what we're saying about the electrical heat energy coming from the bottom up, man. No other explanation. Nothing else is going to fit. See? Massive. Look how far it goes back, man. Look. Look at the texture all the way through this thing, man. Massive. Grid component. Part of a structure. What's left of it. Looks like a renditioning right here. See? Whatever this was in here. See? That's what I love about meltology, man. I can lose myself. I can lose myself for fucking hours, days, weeks, months. Because I have. Just getting into the melt, just popping the melt, just looking for the detail. Fucking hell, man. Look at that shit. A fire didn't do this. A kid playing with matches or somebody kicking over a candle did not do this. This is not a fuel-based heat here. This is an electrical energy heat here. Shooting through this realm, man. Shooting through this realm so fast that it did this. Look at the expansion. Look how cooked out it's coming in here. Look at that. See this here? See this here? Look at that. Look how cooked out it is. Color differentials once again. We know that the lighter, the more cooked out, the more hot it was compared to the red brick, darker tone material around it. Look at that shit. Electrical signature right here, man. Cooking it from the inside out. Once again, from the inside out. This shows it. Fucking hell, man. Look. And again, they got their narratives down here. See? They got their narratives right here. And this guy's going to believe it. Because signs, everywhere there's signs, man. Sign for this, a sign for that, a sign to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. This is what they do. They get inside our fucking heads and control and manipulate us in every aspect of our fucking lives, man. See? Out there just setting in the fucking field, man. Bam. How? Why? Melted structure. Just the top of it. The rest of it's gone. It's in the undulation of the ground here. See on the right side? The left side, see on the right side? It's all brick ash. This thing sank down. And you can see it's sinking down more on one side than the other. See? Look. Heat damage fucking structure, man. Look at the inside, man. Look at that. Look at the expansion coming off this arch right here. Look at that shit. Churning out the brick underneath. Just incredible. It's absolutely amazing. A black and white here. Ghostly image, man. And again, you know, I covered this one a little bit before. And, you know, when you see a pic like this, the average person, it's ghostly. It's eerie. Could be the color, the way the pic's presented, inverted kind of feature, but it sparks your mind. It takes you to a place where it's mysterious. And the reason for all that is because your mind is saying, wow, okay, there's a mountain, no wait, there's a building, no wait, that's a mountain, no wait, that's a building. What the fuck is it? Well, it's a melted building turned into what you call a mountain. That's what it is. It's your mind trying to process. Your mind refusing the answer that's in your head, but your indoctrination's taken over and not letting you finish your thoughts. You got to understand, you got to comprehend. Geology doesn't create this shit. There's only one explanation for this. And we know what that is. Again, the famous one. And just going to blow through. Anybody new out here? Melted Red Brick University, like, share, and subscribe. This is what we're about right here. This is what we're about right here. This is what we're about right here. Again, put a flag on it. It's theirs. Now you got to believe all their explanations, everything they fucking say about this thing. You got to believe it because there's their flag right there. There's their flag. They own it. You got to believe what they say. See? Nice little popper here, man. Look at that. I'm just gonna scroll and click, crew. Desmond Anthony, Brick Love, man, good to see you up in here, Brick Desmond. Hope you're doing well today, brother. Desmond, they're great machines built at 3D printing on steroids, perfect geometrical principle, architecture, intelligent design. And you know, we bounced that thought process around too, Desmond, quite a while ago. You know, these things are massive, man. You got to think to yourself, what did they do? What did they do? Did they have a bunch of people come in, labor, lay these bricks to make these structures on such a massive fucking level? Or were they like a 3D printing? Spartan brought this across. Did they have some kind of tech that just 3D printed these bricks? Where'd they get the material from the brick? Is it from here or is it from somewhere else out there, over there? What's going on with this? Hold on, my mouse just shit on me, fucker. Just a second. I hate it when it does that. There we go. Again, man, how did they build such massive structures? And again, this is just the top. The rest of it's gone down below. How'd they build that, man? Was it a 3D printing mechanism? What the fuck? How did they do this? Look at that. We know they didn't come in and lay block. We know they didn't do that. We know that these are brick. They're expanded out, creating these block features in here. Because why would you build like this? Look, block here. What's this in here? What's this in here? It's expanded brick, man. That's what that is. Brick and mortar expansion, man. See? Look. How the fuck? This realm, you know, I think I when I go to sleep at night, I just close my eyes and I just try to imagine what this fucking place looked like before the melt. What are we and who are we in relationship to this melted realm? Because I know humanity is much bigger than what we're being told. And that's why they give us these bullshit narratives about evolution and all of this. They're hiding up the real history of humanity. Because I contend humanity is part of building this massive realm. Most lost in the X Factor event. Only the survivors of the survivors are here today. And that's what we all are realm-wide. We're survivors of the survivors of this melt, of this X Factor event. Because we don't know when these things were built. We don't know how old these things are. We know 1,000 years have been added to our timeline. They've been fucking with everything forever now. They got everybody so fucking confused and dumbed down through indoctrination, through chemical changes, through all kinds of shit we breathe, we eat, we drink. We're being attacked. Humanity is being attacked, and it has been forever. Because when you're talking about the population of this realm now is nothing, is a fraction, I think, of what how big humanity really was. Because we're just refurbishing everything. We're tagging it with false narratives, with indoctrination, with bullshit. Because what people are going to do is they're going to come out here to this. They're going to walk around it. They're going to ooh and ah. They're going to snap their selfies. They're going to snap their pictures, so they can't wait to go back and show their friends at work where they were. And they're going to say, wow, that's really fucking cool. And then they're going to talk about something else. Then they're going to talk about what movie's coming out. What politician said what war's going on here, what else they can talk about. They're not going to talk about what they just fucking shot pictures of. They're not going to talk about how it happened, what their explanation of this is. They're just going to accept what they've been told and just enjoy themselves, because that's all what it's about. It's about pleasure, 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 pleasure. Everything's supposed to be for your consumption and your entertainment, man. So much to just gloss over and move on to. But when you get into meltology, all that other shit goes away. It does for me. I can't watch movies anymore. I can't get into them unless they're focusing on something that's stimulating my thought processes. But most of it is just, it bores me, man. It bores me. I try to get into the story and I'm thinking, these are just paid fucking actors telling me a story. I can't do this anymore. I cannot waste my time on frivolous bullshit anymore. And then one would think, well, what's the fun in that? Fervent, don't you have fun? Don't you like to watch things? Well, of course I do. Of course I do. But now I comprehend what is going on, I know what it is. It's just distraction. It's just frivolous distraction from what is important. And that's the truth of this realm, man. That's the truth of this realm. Because everything else is insignificant. When you start breaking down meltology, for me, I got to get into the melt, man. I got to find those pics. I got to find that evidence. I got to find that one evidence that's just gonna. I mean, all of this evidence we go through proves meltology. But we're looking for those extraordinary pics, that extraordinary evidence that just blows everybody away. All this blows me away. Every fucking bit of evidence posted up blows me away. I want to find that one pic, that one structure with that one huge rendition melted on the side of it, just sticking out there, man. And there's been quite a few out there. But then again, people just gloss over it and don't comprehend what they're looking at. Look how massive that is. Why would you build something so short to the ground like that? Look how fucking big that is. Well, the evidence shows us, man, that it's just the top of the structure. The evidence shows us how the heat energy came from the bottom up. I mean, look at that. Look at this turret going up. Where's the rest of it, man? That's a big fucking building right there for as short as it is. All heat damage, you can tell. I don't have to explain it to you, crew. You're breaking it down already. Ox Axe, Brick Love to you. Good to see you up in here, brother. Good to see you, man. Again, looking down, showing you the X Factor energy, showing you the evidence right there. Every pick, bam. Every pick, bam. Every pick, bam. Again, this one here. See this wall? We got from the right, turret, 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 all the way down to here, where we get into this massive melt right here. This structure here was once level. The X Factor happened, bam, slipping down in the melt, following the melt, the terracing all the way down, dropped this feature, dropped these down into the melt. It's right there in front of us, man. It's right there in front of us. All of this here was at least up here. At least up here. Now it's down here. Melted structure here, melted structure in the back. Ah, fucking mouse, man. On and on and on we go. Fuck, look. And Spartan has showed these so many times before. If you're new up in here, this is what we do. We break down meltology, showing the X Factor signatures all the way up these structures. Popper for you. Arch right here to the left. Melted building here in the center pick. I mean, look how that came off this wall. What it did to the base down here, man. Look at the wall down here. Look at all this down here. Goes all the way down. See it? Over here in the foreground here, look. It's all melted structure expanding, flowing down into the melt. flowing down into the melt. Look where it is in relation to this up here. You can see the slope, the undulation of the land, which is all structure. See? Look, right here. See all this right here? It's part of the building that's now disintegrated and gone, man, and the terrace is down. We can see the brick ash pockets through the grass there. We can see the undulation of the ground going down. It's all fucking melted building. What we're looking at in the grass right here is just the internal part of this structure right here. The rest of it's fucking gone, man. It's gone. Just like that. All this down below is structure. Bullshit. How can that be structure? Well, because this is fucking structure right here, man. Look. Put it together, man. It's not hard. I'm not talking to you, crew. I'm talking to anybody out there that's just getting into meltology or wanting to naysay, debunk. Explain that shit. Your ridicules, your laughter is now childish, man. It is. Your ridicule and mockery of this subject matter here is now redundant and old and boring. It's not funny. It's very fucking stupid because you're denying the evidence. You're ignoring the evidence. You're making fun of something you know nothing about. Nothing about. With no explanation, nothing more to contribute to the conversation other than your laughter and mockery. Well, like we said before, the ignorant will laugh, the wise will understand. The wise will comprehend it. Fuck. Look at the bottom. Look at the glazing on this. Now, a lot of these pathways and stuff that we've seen in many parts of the realm went cobble. They like to call them cobblestones, where you got the obvious brick expansion layered through there. Well, what happened here? This is red brick. This is red brick. See? Right there, man. Right there. How did it do this? How to do this? Look at all that. Look at the brick in here, man. Look how slatey this shit went. This was very hot. And yes, it's red brick, man. Look. You can see between the brick. Look how they're fused together right here. Right here. Look how they're fused, man. Pulverizing out, going slatey. Look at that shit. Look. Right here, look. Melted, man. And this isn't dry stacked. They didn't come in here and just pick up pieces of fucking rock and just lay it up here and make all this shit. It wouldn't fucking stand up, man. We know that. We know that. The only explanation for these things fucking still remaining standing up is they're fused together. They're welded together from the electrical heat energy that pulls through it, man. Fuck. It's not hard, man. It's not difficult at all. You know, you see this structure here. Wow, that's cool. Well, what the fuck is this? You know, it's part of the same building, man. Same kind of texture, same kind of appearance. See? Again, the undulation of the ground right here, man. And I'd really like to reinforce, when you're looking at your evidence, man, you got to look at the whole pic. Not just the obvious, everything around it. Because it's showing you, again, the evidence, see? This is all internals right here. Gone. Just the undulation of the ground right here. See, there's pockets of fucking structure down in here. The grass is growing through here. You take the grass away, and this is just going to look like it already looks like a massive destroyed fucking building, but it's going to give you a more appropriate understanding, comprehension of the internals right here covered up by the grass. Because what you're going to get is this same kind of shit right here. It's just got grass growing on it, man, because it's got brick ash on it. Yeah, baby. Out there in the middle of nowhere, man. It's a building. It's not a mountain. It's not a geological formation. It's not sedimentary layer or abnormal grain growth. Look, fuck, man. It looks like it was ripped right out of a fucking magazine, man. Look at your skyline popping the fucking detail of the structure right there. It just looked like it was a picture. Somebody just tore it and fucking ripped it, and it looked like that. This is what's left of the building, man. This is not even a quarter of the building. Who knows how big these motherfuckers were, man? Who knows how big this was? Because as we see here, we got the obviously melted structure, and we got the melted structure back here too, which is all melted structure. All of this back in here is melted structure. Watch. Again, if you're new up in here, we're trying to break your perception deception and showing you that these things they call mountains are melted structures, man. We're following the melt flow. We see the internals. We see the aperture. We see the structure in it still. We see the internals in it still. We see the flow of the melt coming down. And this is just a pocket of survival. This is just a pocket of survival. This is just part of a structure that remained fucked up as it is, because look at that shit, man. Look at the side of this right here. See? Look at that. I inverted it for you here to show you the expansion. Look at that. Look at the detail lost, man. Again, the whole thing. This access, this road, it's just repurposed on the melt. That's all they did. That's all they did. They repurposed this. This was a walkway. This was a pathway. It's all the melt. Look at the fucking the sidewall here. Look at this. Look at that. Follow it all. How do you do that? Look at the brick underneath it here. Look at the structure underneath it here. Look at that shit, man. Oh, yeah. Bam, right there. Again, bam, right there. The evidence will not stop. The evidence will not go away. The evidence will remain because it has remained forever now. And it's still here, and we're still showing it day after day, stream after stream, pick after pick, is destroying geology. One melted motherfucking brick at a time. Repurposing the melt. People just living on it, farming on it, working around it, and not even fucking comprehending what they have on their property, man. Fuck. Look. Fucking hell. Thank you, MIR. Thank you, Mr. Beast fan. Thank you, everybody. Everybody. Family, I love you, man. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. You've opened your mind. You've expanded your vision, man. Thank you. Thank you. Now go out and spread the melt. Go out and show this. Create your own stuff like Desmond Anthony, like Mark Jameson, like John Braver, like many others out there that have seen Spartan Red's work and carrying on with it in their own way. Just beautiful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I know the joy that it gives Spartan. I know the joy. He's expressed it so many times. Look at this. Concrete molding right there. See it? It's right there, man. Concrete molding. Bam. Right there in the middle of this fucking wall. Right there. Look at that. So if this was concrete molding right here, what's this? Next to it. What's this next to it? Where's the rest of the concrete molding? Well, I contend this chunk right here is part of it. All of this around here. Unrecognizable for what it is now. It's all went block because it used to be concrete molding. We're showing you right there. Look at the brick underneath it. So not only are we showing that this is a melted red brick structure, here's the fucking concrete molding that was attached to it, that's still attached to it. Just this piece here is the only recognizable piece that we got right there. Transitions. Look, this side to this side. This side, the left side compared to the right side. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, again, man, look. Structure. Mountain. Mountain. Structure. Mountain structure, mountain structure, mountain structure, mountain structure, 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 structure. It's structure. It's structure because mountain is subjective. Mountain is indoctrination. It's melted building, expanding out with the fucking heat energy coming from the bottom up. That's what the evidence is showing because look down here. Fucking column. Ghosted out arches right there. Wall right down in here. Expansion coming off of it. Look down below here. Pancaking right here. Look. Look. Wall. Look. Right here. See this? Bam. Here's the shell. Here's the shell. Getting lost in the melt. Some kind of molding piece right here. Lost in the expansion coming out off at the bottom of this structure right here. See it? And for you new up here in Melted Red Brick University and the Eagle Eye crew, we don't stop at the obvious. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't do that here in the crew because we know the whole pick is the building. See back here? The whole pick is the building. This is all structure back here. All of it's melted building. Look above the roof right here. See the tile? See this behind it? Melted out structure, man. Watch. Can see the apertures in it. Over and over and over again. Melted Red Brick University. Eagle Eye Crew, popping evidence like this. The obvious, the obvious, the obvious. And still, people aren't getting it. Some are waking up, but most aren't getting it. Most aren't getting it. And they're going to say they built this here to protect the king, to protect from invaders. Bullshit. This is just the top of the building. Look at your arches down here. Look how short they are to the water line. There's much more to this realm underneath. Look at this foreground wall right here. There's much more to this. Much more to this underneath the melt. See? All this in the foreground, melted out structure, gone. Gone, gone. See? Leaving this pocket of survival. Fucking hell, man. I mean, we try to explain this to people, and with pics like this, it's real good because, you know, they're going to say, well, this was built up top here. Well, they build this too. Is that part of their building process right here in the fucking hill? Look at that. Look at that. Why'd they build that? They didn't build that. That's lost in the melt because everything here in this pic is melted structure. Everything in this pic is melted structure. See? Look. It's right here in our face. Blends right in with the vegetation. See? And we can see pockets. We can see pockets in the vegetation. Melted structure. Undulation of the ground. I wonder who they accredited with this build. Because he didn't finish. That motherfucker had a lot more work to do because this is just a small part of the building that's supposed to be there. God damn it, man. Fucking hell. Melted civilization realm wide. Realm wide. And how far does it go? We don't know. We don't know. We're trying to figure it out, and we're going as far as we can with it. That's for sure. Just reading the chat. Hold on a minute, crew. Sandra Boys, so my granddad apparently born in a gypsy caravan, aka a shed on wheels, aka a surviving structure, framing, tech left, surviving the melt. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. People out there on the melt taking pictures, not comprehending what's going on. And you know what? They feed so much into their narratives, man. You know, when they see pictures like this, and they automatically think it's an old castle built way back in the day where they were riding around on horses, dressed up in their armor and fighting against each other. That's what people automatically think of when they see this kind of evidence right here. They think medieval, Bronze Age, Stone Age, Iron Age, all these ages, all these narratives of deception, man. All these narratives of deception. Yeah, crew. Flicking through, showing the obvious. Again, we've shown these so many times. All you new ones up in here, yeah, man, how'd they do this? Again, when you see pics like this, you got to ask yourself one word. Logistics. How they do it? What they do? Get a bunch of mules, get a bunch of people to pack brick up in here. Well, if they had a bunch of people to pack brick up in here, who brought the melting machine with them? Who carried that motherfucker up to melt all this in here to look like this? Well, the controllers will tell you their narrative. Fucking hell, man. Where's the rest of the structures, man? Look how low it is. I mean, right off the bat, look how low that is to that. Look how low that is. Why would you build something like that so low? If you're going to fight off invaders and shit, why are you going to build a wall so goddamn close to the ground? You're not. This is a buried structure. It's in the melt. All this around it is brick ash. And this evidence here shows how fast this fucking melt was. This is a pocket of survival sinking in the melt right there. Fuck, man. It's the only explanation that carries any weight. Because nothing else makes sense, man. And the structure behind it. Look how fast this building went down. Look how massive this was compared to this right here. Again, what's going on here? This is structure back here. See the fucking wall? See the expansion coming off right here? Look at the brickwork down below here. This is all fucking structure, man. Every damn bit of it is structure. Look how melted out that is. Look at the top of this shit, man. It's gone. Fucking gone. Look at the pancaking going on back here. Look at this up here. It's gone. The rest of the building's gone, man. Because of the melt, because of the X Factor event. Disintegrated, because here's the brick ash. Here's the rendition, here's the apertures in the fucking brick ash flowing down into the melt. See them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 back here, and everything up here. This is the melt. This is where the fusion line is. This is where this massive structure pulverized down into itself. And we can see right here, this right in here, the flow. Look how the buildings are disintegrating apart. Oh, fucking mouse. Love tech. I just love the tech. Oh, fuck it. I have to go with the finger pad. Oh, well, it is what it is. Again, renditioning in the melt, very important. It tells us something. It says something to us through the renditioning. Lost in the melt. Just some poppers. Just some obvious crew. Just bringing you some melt this fine Saturday morning. Out there in the melt. Massive structures, what's left of them out here in the melt. Again, logistics. Again, how and why. And again, it's melted structure. The rest of it's gone. What was this complex out here? We know it was huge because we got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 huge fucking structures back here without any explanation to why they're fucking there. Why are they there? Why haven't people fucking woken up to this shit? God damn, man. Again, why? Well, because people are distracted, man. That's human nature. It's like a hungry bass or a hungry trout underneath the water. They're going to grab the first shiny fucking thing that goes in front of them. And they're going to swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. Wake up. If you're new out there, just catching this on the restream, wake the fuck up. Do not believe the hype of the narratives put out for everybody to consume. Use your critical thinking ability that you have. We are much greater than we know. We are much greater than we know. That is why we're dumbed down. That is why they have to keep their narratives flowing. They have to keep their deception going. The second crew. Yeah, these are those again. Melted Red Brick University, like, share, and subscribe. We're the tip of the spear, the shield of truth in meltology. We've been breaking down this melt for a few years now. Thank you to Spartan Red for creating this platform, Melted Red Brick University. I think this is one of the most important things to ever happen in humanity's history. I really do. I firmly believe this because I'm here doing this. I've spent all my life, just like you, indoctrinated, blind with the false narratives that was taught to me and taught to you. We got to break through the meld. We got to break through this deception. And this is our way of doing it. Because people will eventually get it. Listen, with all the shit that's ramping up, with all the economy shit that they're pushing, with all the wars that they're pushing, still they're pushing this bullshit that's going on to keep everybody so stupid and distracted, man. If we were all just to drop the social media shit, if we were just to drop all the primetime bullshit coming at us and open our eyes to what's really happening, things would change dramatically, quickly. Just like the X Factor melted this fucking realm out that goddamn fast. Because think about it, man. You're an old person sitting in your chair and you finally get it. You finally see what we're talking about and you reflect on your life and how much of it you wasted. You wasted from the lies that were presented to you. You look at our youth growing up now. You know, I walk down the street and I go past these daycare centers. I see these schools and I see these little indoctrination camps. And I see these beautiful young children running around. And I see these bloated, indoctrinated people charged with their care, walking around on their cell phones, not paying attention, barking at the kids when they want them to do shit. Just the way we were growing up. You know, they never have a chance. We've never had a fucking chance because they get us right out of the womb. They start pushing their shit into us right after we enter this realm, screaming naked, start poking us with shit, start injecting us with shit, start tagging us and classifying us with our straw man, getting us ready for the workforce, because that's all this fucking realm is. It's a big fucking labor camp, man. It's all it is. It's a big fucking labor camp with bread and circuses going on to keep everybody fat and stupid, because the evidence is clear. You can see it just by walking down the fucking street. I touched on this the other day. People have lost their fucking minds, man. That's how far this shit has gone. That's why we're only touching people that have any kind of fucking synapses going on in their gray matter, able to spark something in their fucking mind that wakes them up where they see this. The more indoctrinated, the harder to get through, man. It really is. It really is. That's why it's important that we teach this, we show this to our youth growing up so they can make the changes needed, because we were denied this right. Our parents, our grandparents were indoctrinated. They were sent off to fight wars for motherfuckers making money off of it on both sides of the conflict. They're both controlled opposition. Do we get it yet? How many times are we going to send our loved ones out to die and kill other people that did nothing to us? Melted Red Brick University, we're breaking the paradigm shift. We're making you rethink your perception deception. Because that's what it's about, man. It's about change needed. And it's coming on quick. And they're trying to get ahead of all their fucking narratives and control the message once again. We need to wake up and start communicating with each other and coming up with some fucking some way we can fix this fucking realm, man. Some way we can break through to humanity, because once again, this is a rescue mission for humanity. It really is. That's how I look at it now. Even out of all the fucking clowns out there, naysayers, you know, debunker, all these fucking people that still with their goddamn indoctrinated bullshit, they still are worth saving. Humanity is worth saving, except for the pedos out there. They need to be dispatched post haste. It's up to us, crew. It's up to us to spread this message. Wake people up. Mr. Beast fan, 3 fingers. I'm 3 fingers. Let me see here. What do we got? What are you saying, 3 fingers? What do we got? What do we got? Hold on. I'm 62 years old. Woke up in 2012. They stole 50 years. Not mad. I feel you, brother. You're only a few years ahead of me. I was mad. I still get to that point now. You know, I get upset because I see the fucking ramping up of the bullshit, the narratives once again. You know, they've got our youth wrapped up in this tech now. This tech is the reality for our youth. They know nothing else but this tech. What happens when this tech goes down? How smart are people going to be on their dead cell phones, their dead smartphones? The tech is good, the tech is bad. Just like anything else, there's good and bad in it. Most of the tech is used to distract us, like I've said before. But we're using this tech for a real purpose. We're using this tech to get through to the masses. As my dad used to call them, the masses of the asses out there in the fruited, polluted plains, as he used to say. I miss you, Dad. I love you. My dad was a very, very deep thinker, critical thinker, but indoctrinated. He didn't comprehend what we're going through now. And I'm sure you can say that about your ancestors, your loved ones before you. What they went through. The greatest generation, they call them. The ones that fought the world wars, they say. They did it out of their own heart. They did it out of their own caring, but they didn't know that they were doing it for the wrong fucking purpose. They swallowed the patriotism. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a veteran. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all you veterans out there. I served. I raised my hand. I gave my oath. I served. I did honorably. Honorably. Just like many of you out there. I'm a Cold War warrior. I never saw combat. For my brothers and sisters out there that did, I'm not here to offend you. I love you. I respect what you did. But the narratives behind it, the narratives that we believe, the narratives, deceitful. We have to make the changes. Somehow. We've got to come together as a collective. And that, again, is why I go on all these other camps out there spreading meltology. Tune into them. Like, share, and subscribe. Look at their evidence. Look how they're breaking it down. They're spreading the melt. That's what's important. It's about the information. It's about the evidence, once again. We got to break through this melted barrier that's been put in front of us. Hypnotized us. We now live in a state of Stockholm syndrome where we love our captors. We'll fight to the death for their cause at our own detriment. That's what indoctrination does. When you break through that, you start seeing, you start comprehending these motherfuckers' motives, man. Brick love, everybody out there. Drake, Three Fingers, Sandra Boys, Curtis 47, Mr. Beast fan, Three Fingers, MIR, many, many, many coming up in here. Paul Walker 2.0. You got that right, Paul. You think? You think, Paul? I kind of agree with you there, brother. This is a nefarious event. I think that this X Factor event was triggered to make this realm melt down like it did. Something happened before the melt. There was some kind of conflict before the melt. Whoever the conflict was between, the fucking evidence of the aftermath, well, that's what we do here in the Eagle Eye Crew and Melted Red Brick University. We break it fucking down, man. We break it down. Or at least we try to. Three Fingers agrees too. And, when you think about this narrative, as far as the motherfuckers, the controllers, and who exactly are they? Because there's a lot of evidence out there showing that these motherfuckers aren't physically how they appear to us. I don't know all of that behind that. I've looked a lot into that narratives and stuff and seen the evidence to prove that. There's a lot going here we don't understand, we don't comprehend, even with this tech, more so with this tech now, because they've got the tech now to where they can make holograms where it looks like a fucking whale coming out from the goddamn floor in front of a bunch of people. I mean, they've got so much tech now, they can make shit appear in the fucking sky. I mean, we don't know what kind of tech they got and how they're fucking with us, man. You look back at your growing up, how many Saturday morning cartoons did we watch where there was fucking narratives of these lizard people. Why is it always these fucking lizards? Why do they always go into throwing fucking lizards? They've been doing this forever. Why lizards, man? You look at a lot of your music, you get into your music, okay? Some of your old school music, go back to the 70s and pop some of that music, get that playing and listen to the lyrics, man. Tune into the group America and listen to the lyrics of Ventura Highway. Listen to the lyrics. A lot of these musicians, a lot of these artists are in the know. They're in the know. They're trying to say it in their lyrics. They've been doing it forever. We just haven't picked it up because we're too busy dancing. Or singing along as we go through our day or our drive, but break down the fucking words, the lyrics, man. It makes you start really thinking. It really does. Again, go to Tom Petty's Refugee. Watch the video on that. Listen to the lyrics on that. He's fucking telling you right to your face, man. And they can't come out and say, oh, look, see, we know this, because if they did, there goes their millions of fucking dollars. There goes all their fame and fortune. So they have to keep it on the down low. And they're permitted to do so because nobody picked up on it. Now we are. Now we're bringing it through the evidence. Now we're bringing it through the lyrics. Now we're bringing it in so many different ways. We just got to put it together. And we are through Meltology. And that's what's important. That's why we're here. That's why I'm back up in here. That's why I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday Easy. Because this is the most important thing I've ever done in my life. It is. And I don't know why. I don't know how I got here. Now I get Spartan invited me. I get that. But things happen. When things happen, they happen. Now you can say they happened for a reason, or it was just fate or whatever. If they happen for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Spartan Red created this for a reason. You're tuning in for a reason. And the reason is clear to me now. Since I've been up here in the nest for over 2 years now, doing this with Spartan and many other meltologists up in here, every day I start to get it more and more and more. Through all the people joining, through all the people posting brilliant evidence showing the melt. If I inspire you, I've done what I need to do. If you inspire others, you're doing what you need to do. It's inspiration. Because this message isn't going to get out any other way. That's why I love you, crew. I do. I fucking truly love you for waking up to this message, for spreading this melt. Thank you. Thank you, MIR. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's many meltologists out there that can break this melt down. Mark Galat, our Melted Reality, boots on the ground, does a great job getting out there, walking on it, touching it, picking it up, explaining it, breaking it down. That's Mark's way of doing it. Many others out there doing it the same. Brilliant evidence. I search the realm high and low because it's everywhere and I know what it is. All I got to do is pop and zoom, man, and I can break it down. I've went through so many picks just like Spartan. Spartans went through fucking way more than anybody. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The most passionate meltologist I know, Spartan Red. This man has went through tragedies in his life, just like we all have. This man has suffered a physical ailment, just like most or a lot of us have. But his passion and love for this topic, this subject matter, this melted realm, and the message that he's bringing forward, incredible, incredible man. Melted Red Brick University, like, share, and subscribe. Fervent Heat Meltology Inc. up in here again, showing the melt today. You're welcome, Three Fingers, MIR, Sandra Boys. Curtis 47. Wouldn't it be great to live in a life-free zone? It's part of the human condition. Lying. It is. The fear of being responsible for your actions, projecting them on somebody else seems to be the status quo of most people today. A weak man will lie. An honest man will tell the truth, even at his own detriment, even at his own humiliation. Because when you break past the human condition, it's all about learning. That's all it is. Being wrong happens. We learn from our mistakes. We learn from our failures. We don't project them onto somebody else, let them like it's their goddamn fault, and then move on all fat and happy. But that's what we got out here. Most people are fucking narcissists, man. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the jingle jangle, shiny fucking dangly things, man. It's all about strapping something over your fat ass and fucking walking around strutting the shit. It's all about me. That's what people are nowadays, man. Fuck. If we were actually put your hand out to somebody in need, and I mean a hand out to give a hand up. That's what we need to do. We don't need to give a handout so they can go to the next handout, because that's now how they fucking survive, is because of handouts. We need to start extending the hand up. Show somebody that's going to actually continue on with their success, changing their thought processes because they're lost in their fucking disparity. I see it so many times out there walking around, man. People staring off into nothing, just lost, gone, man. Don't know where to go, where to turn. It's the state we live in, man. If we could just change it in our minds, that's all we do. Is we just have to change our perception of who we are and what we're on. And we're all survivors of this fucking melt. Our ancestors are the survivors of the melt, man. Wherever they came from in the melt, in the realm, however far it goes. I hope something resonated with anybody out there today. I don't know if it did. I ramble. I go on. I say what's in my heart, man. I say what's in my heart. And I know you do too, crew. There's good, loving, caring people out there that are lost. We just need to wake them up, man. That's all. Again, this is a rescue mission for humanity. And we have to take it with care and love for our fellow human being. So think about that when you're walking around out there and you see somebody that, like I just described to you, We need to understand we were all young. We were all babies. We were all innocent at one time. We've been corrupted. Our mind has been taken over by selfishness, self-centeredness. I can go on, crew. You know me. You know me. But I wanted to get up in here today again with my family. With my family that I love. I do. And our family is growing exponentially every day, growing. Each one teach one, Mr. Beast fan, absolutely. Drake, do me a favor for sure, and I'll never forget that. Absolutely, man. How fast that we can change somebody's life just by getting in their head. Just by showing them the deception that they've been living in. Because that can make all the fucking difference to somebody. Did for me. I've been dragging around a weight for decades, man. Shit in my life dragging me down for fucking ever. Not knowing where to turn, not knowing what to do. Lost. Just going through the motions, man. Then Meltology comes around. And it was just another one of those things, another one of those mystery things that I used to get into, the ancient alien shit, and all this other stuff, the Eric Van Donegans, the Jorge Tsoukalakis, the David Childers out there, all the other fucking explorers out there uncovering the mysteries of this realm. Man, I was deep into that, man. And again, come up empty, no explanations, just fantasies. Until Meltology. Then it clicked. Then everything fucking came in, man. Everything came in here. And it was like, snap, fuck, man. Time out, fucking time out. Paradigm shift. What the fuck are we looking at here with Meltology? Because once you start diving into it, and we've dived into it hard, man, with all kinds of evidence, from war zones to infrastructure, to the melt out there in the middle of nowhere, to the obvious structures that we see given fake narratives, to these massive buildings given fake people that take credit for them, that expose the deception, that expose the liars, man. It all makes sense now. It fucking makes perfect sense. All the GMO foods out there make sense now. They're fucking killing humanity. The setup of marriage. Yeah, I said it. The setup of marriage. Now, I'm not saying two people shouldn't fall in love and commit themselves to each other for the rest of their lives. I'm not saying that's wrong. But what I'm saying is the motherfuckers come in and say, well, we'll have to authorize that. Here you go. Hey, give me the money for that fucking piece of paper. Okay, now you're married. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Now you're in a contract with the government. Yep. You are, man. You are. Because now they got a hold of your fucking financials, both of you. Now they've combined your straw people together now. Now they can make a shitload more money off of you. Fucking A, pop out a few kids. Oh, fuck, hell you go. Here's some tax exemptions for you. Send them off to our little indoctrination camps. Put them on the yellow submarine. Ship them off to the fucking indoctrination. Now look what your kids are coming home. Now look what your children are being exposed to. Look. What was illegal yesterday is now fucking legal today. Fuck, man. That's how these motherfuckers work, man. They've been called out on their perversions, man. Now they're trying to make it illegal. Now they're trying to make it legal. Time to wake the fuck up, man. It's time to call these motherfuckers out for who they are and what they do. Am I calling for a revolution? You're goddamn right I am. Am I calling for a peaceful one? Absolutely. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be accountability, because that's how we heal. That's how we grow. That's how we get past what we've been through, is recognize the accountability that has to happen. But we need to bring it through. We need to bring this message through peacefully, because it doesn't mean, oh, fuck it, they're all liars. Mass hysteria, Mad Max, going Mad Max. We're all now living in the Mad Max realm. We could go there. We could go there. In fact, that's what the fucking motherfuckers are pushing for, man. They know their house of cards is falling apart, man. They do. They know this, and they're getting prepared. They've been getting prepared for fucking centuries now, man. We know this. We know this. We know this. How far are we going to let them take it? Well, if we go on, keep pushing their wars, we go out and start killing people for them where they can make more fucking money off of their death, doom, despair, destruction of each other. Well, they're going to continue on with this shit. They're going to ramp it up even more because fear sells, man. Hey, man, if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead. Because that's what people are tuned into, death and carnage. Look what your kids are playing on fucking video games, man. All that time that you ignore your children out there and they're on the tippy-tappy there playing their fucking video games, what are they playing? They're playing first-person shooter games, man. Because, hey, there's no accountability in a fucking video game, right? But when you get children growing up on virtually killing other people, well, fuck, man, they're the perfect little fucking soldiers for you now in this tech war. Now they're taking fucking bombs and planting them on drones, man, dropping them on fucking shit. Now they're attaching things to fucking drones that are fucking put there for destruction or death. So how many little tech fuckers out there are going to be in the fucking divisions and the brigades out there in their little fucking cyber centers fucking people up with no care, because now all they got to do is go, wow, I fucked that guy up. Look, shit, he's splattered everywhere. Click. Don't have to think about it no more. They just change, click into something else, man, because that's where tech's got us. This is where tech has got us, man. If we could use this technology more for the betterment of humanity, just think what we could do. If we could harness the knowledge and the love of our elderly, wasting away and rotting wherever their fucking family stashed them at, if we could harness their knowledge and their passion and love for life and bring them back in before they leave this realm, before they leave us, and have them give some kind of an insight to our youth growing up. There's our educators. There's our teachers right there. Our farmers, our mechanics, our builders, all these other occupations that people have done all their lives, man, and now are rotting away. Look at all that knowledge lost. Look at all that information. Look at all that guidance gone from these babies coming up that vitally need it. If we could rethink the way we're educating our youth, give them real meaning. Give them a real sense of what it's like to accomplish something with your bare fucking hands, man. Because right now, eggs come from the grocery store. That's where milk comes from, too. Oh, yeah, that's where the carrots and the apples and everything else come from, too. Because children don't know where the fucking the shit comes from, man. Because it's being lost in the generational gap. I grew up with my hands in the dirt, planting shit, literally to fucking eat. I went out chopping wood, literally to stay warm in the winter. Many of you did too. That's alien. That's foreign to the mindset of the youth now. I'm rambling. You know me, crew. This is what I do. But it's fucking passion. Because I'm seeing my grandchildren exposed to the same fucking thing everybody else's are, of course. I daydream of a world we could give them. If we could just get rid of some of the filth, some of the cancer in humanity. Brick Love Crew. One love to you and yours. Drake, you grew up farming? Yeah, brother. Don't get any better than that, man. My fondest memories are out there in the middle of July in the heat, sweltering heat, bucking hay, man. Bucking hay. Picking up them big old fucking things and throwing them on the flatbed, the big old fucking stick flatbed, man, the stick shift. Learning how to drive in a fucking cornfield, man. Then after we're all done going up, cracking a cold one, whether it be pop, yeah, at that time beer too, fuck it, man. And then going down to the river and diving in. Fuck, man, I miss those days. Any days you can think of, crew, that you miss? How would you like your grandchildren to experience those fucking beautiful moments like you did? Running through the field in your bare feet, man. Flinging yourself up on a horse and taking off on a ride, man. Going actually milking a fucking cow with your fucking bare hands to get the milk that you need and make the butter that you fucking get out of it. These are the important things that our children are not being exposed to. Because what they're drinking isn't milk. It may be white, it may be cold, it may be in a plastic fucking jug with a tag on it calling it milk. But most of it, well, you know. Fuck, man. Just flowing off the top of my head today, crew. Because I bring it raw and real. I bring you it how I am, man. Ready to go beat another 10 and a half hours like I did last night at my job. Ready to do it again tomorrow after the Sunday Easy. So, I love you. Thank you for being here today. Spartan Red, thank you for coming in, brother. Thank you. We love you so much. You're sounding a lot better. You look great. The last time I saw you, you look great. Your mobility is starting to get a lot better, and you lift my heart, and I love you for that. I love you too, crew. You're sharp, crew. A lot of deep thinkers up in here. So, thank you, Curtis47. I got to go do the deed. So, got to get myself mentally prepared for the mind fuckery of tonight. But you know, when I get done, I come back and I dive into my research, man, and that's what keeps me fucking sane. Brick love to you, one love to you and yours. A little gift from Spartan Red. Little gift from Spartan Red. Which one do we want? Which one do we want? Which one do we want? We'll go with this one. See you soon. Brick love.